Welcome, folks. I'm Abel. This is Allison, and this is Janae. Janae, what are we doing right now?
We are going to make the breakfast of heroes. It's going to be a pineapple, mint, basil green smoothie.
Awesome.
And this is the king of all green smoothies because not only is it full of your healthy spinach, your greens, but it also has herbs in there which are medicinal, used for medicinal purposes all over the world. So not only is it not a smoothie that's made with with all the junk, right? Sugar and milk and ice cream. So not only does it not have all that bad stuff in it, but it's made of the most amazing healthful foods you can possibly get your hands on.
Wonderful.
Now, pineapple is a great anti-inflammatory food. The core of the pineapple, so if you break open the core, most people throw this part away because it's really hard to chew, and the core is where all the bromelain is, and the bromelain is very anti-inflammatory and it helps to aid your digestion. And so when you're making smoothies with pineapple, keep the core in because you're gonna blend it up and then you'll keep all those health properties of the pineapple.
Great.
When we use lemons, a lot of the antioxidant potential in the lemon is in that little white part, the rind between the peel and the lemon. So if you just use the lemon juice, you're throwing away a lot of the nutrition of the lemon. Now remember, when you're using fruits and vegetables, if they're commercial and they have pesticides and other toxins on them, the toxins are stored in the seed and the peel. So if it's not organic, you definitely don't want to eat the seed and the peel. But if you have an organic lemon, you're going to maximize your health potential and the nutrition potential by eating the peel. Also, I find when you put this dark part, the outside of the lemon in, it gives it sort of a lemon drop candy sort of flavor that you don't get from the juice. The juice makes it tart, but the peel makes it taste kind of like lemon candy.
Especially with the pineapple sweetening it up, right?
Exactly.
I remember a bartender taught me that once when I was playing music. I made a lot of friends with bartenders, and so he was explaining and kind of showing me the art of getting the juice out compared to getting the essential oils from the outside out. And the taste is really different, actually. But that oil, sometimes we'll use it if we find like a really fresh grapefruit or lemon or orange or something else that's citrusy. If it's really fresh, you can kind of like spray it out, and so we'll put it like here, and it just makes it's like natural perfume.
It's under the armpit.
Kind of fun. Yeah, so if you're running a little ragged and been sweating all day like me at the end of every day, it's kind of a nice little refresh.
Smell like lemon or grapefruit.
Exactly.
It's way better.
Right.
So the other things that are going to add amazing nutrition plus amazing flavor is we've got some fresh basil here. This is a perfect smoothie to make in spring when all the basil and the mints are out. Basil is great for digestion. It's very high in antioxidants. It's used for medicinal purposes for relaxing you. It's an anti-anxiety sort of action. And the mint here is also great for digestion, high in antioxidants. And these are all powerhouse green foods. So we're going to mix these together with the pineapple and the lemon, and a little bit of vanilla, and some olive oil. The olive oil makes all those fat soluble vitamins in your greens. It makes it so you can absorb them and digest them better. So we're going to throw in some olive oil there, and we're going to sweeten it up with some stevia. So let's get going.
Beauty, okay.
So I generally throw in the pineapple and the lemons first because you want to put the things in the blender that need to be blended the most. So since these are they need more work than the greens to be blended down, we're going to put all those in first. So go ahead and just... Oh, we've also got ginger. Don't forget the ginger. Ginger is great for your digestion. It stimulates the cells in your stomach that create hydrochloric acid. And so it actually helps you to be able to digest your food better.
And we can leave the seeds, the lemon seeds.
As long as it's organic, seeds, peel, everything just goes in there and you're using the whole lemon. I love it when you can figure out how to use the whole food and eliminate the waste. I always feel bad throwing out peels and cores. So if you can use them, that's great. So we just throw the ginger in there after it's been peeled. We're going to add some water to aid in blending.
And sometimes when you get a blast of alkaline or a blast of vegetables and your stomach isn't quite used to it, having that ginger in there can really help. I remember whenever I got sick or a little queasy, my mom would always get some ginger to me, and it helps. Like, we still have it for flying around. And,
it's a great tonic, and like morning sickness, anything that makes you nauseated, it's great for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so after we've got that blended up, then we're going to throw in all of the greens. Now this looks like a lot, but the flavor is just gonna pop in your mouth. It's gonna be so flavorful. Every time I feed this smoothie to my friends, they are always coming back for more. So if we need to pour a little bit of this out into another container, how does that smell
already? Yeah.
Okay, let's try to fit the spinach in there and see if it works.
Okay.
Spinach cooks down really fast and it blends down really fast
Yes.
Get in my smoothie.
too. All right.
Now, if you have a regular blender and not a high-speed blender, you might need to do this in batches instead of throwing it all in at once. If you've got a high-speed
Yeah,
blender,
this is tall.
you can just put it all in there, and this blender can handle it. Now, mint, if you have a yard, mint and basil grow really easily. So I planted some mint starts in my garden like 4 years ago, and every year they just keep coming back. I don't have to replant them, and every year I have mint growing out of my grass, mint growing out of my garden, and we have so much mint that this smoothie is perfect because if you've got it growing in your yard, you know that it's overabundant, and this smoothie is a great way to eat down your mint and enjoy the flavor of it.
That's great. Yeah, it's so funny. One of the last times that we were filming at the house, we were growing basil, and we just had all of these tiny little flies flying around us and like buzzing in our
They
ears.
must have were in the soil or something. It was
Yeah.
hot that I'm.
It was coming straight from the basil. So funny. We don't miss those one bit.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Activate. Oh yeah.
Let me just dump this in while you're doing that. Okay.
Smoothie is a force to be reckoned with.
It is. So, this smoothie is amazing with ice. So put in as much ice as you think you need. And then we just tasted it, and I think it tastes great. Tell me if you think it needs to be a little sweeter.
I might need a little bit more blending actually. I stopped after those last pieces, but
Okay, let's throw in just a little bit more stevia.
Okay.
Use
Ooh,
stevia
that's
to
great.
taste. Now remember, stevia is very concentrated. It's like 20 times sweeter than sugar. So if you'll notice, there's this tiny little spoon in there. And one of those tiny little spoons equals a teaspoon of sugar. So be careful with the stevia. You can totally blast the sweetness too much. So you'll notice I just used the back end of a spoon, and that just gives me a tiny bit of stevia without giving me too much. So let's try that. And it
Remember the-
depends on...
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I remember the first time I saw stevia, I put it in my coffee. Just kind of like put a bunch in there, and I just forgot that I had even put that in there by the time I took a swig, and I like almost spit it out because it
It's
was
a pretty
so.
bitter flavor.
It's really easy to overdo it, but if you get that sweet spot, then it's terrific.
Yeah, and it depends on the seasonality of the pineapple. So you might get a pineapple that's kind of a tart and not sweet. So just keep tasting it, and depending on what produce you're using, you might need to use more or less stevia. Go ahead. Okay. Good enough.
nice.
All right. So how easy was that? It takes 5 minutes in the morning to make a smoothie, and especially when here we'll pull all the little spinach leaves that are floating to the top. Pull those babies out.
Some extra
Yeah.
mouthfeel. And look at the sheer volume of that. That's gonna feed a whole family vegetables for a while.
Half pound of spinach.
Just one
Yeah.
cup. I usually get a mason jar, and I fill it up with smoothie, and that's like 10 to 15 servings of fruits and vegetables
Right.
just in that mason jar. And they sell these little lids that you can put a straw through so it doesn't spill.
Oh,
and so
neat.
I just carry that around, and that's like my breakfast and my snack for the day. And you don't have to drink it down all at once,
That's
but
great.
it's a good way to carry it with you. I always do that if I have to go somewhere. I'll make a smoothie, stick it in my jar with the lid on it, and I drink it in the car,
That's
drink
great.
it when I'm working. So it's great, and it's portable.
Thank you.
Smell that. It smells like spring.
It does.
Totally smells like spring.
Cheers.
To vegetables.
Vegetables.
Oh, that's good.
I love it.
I love how that ginger kind of bites you a little bit.
Wow.
Wow.
That's terrific.
Yeah, the ginger in that is really good.
Tastes like spring too.
Oh my gosh, there's so many flavors.
And this is not boring. Like people, I've had people tell me I can't drink green smoothies. They're so
Right.
boring.
Right.
It is
Not
like candy.
boring.
It's not
Not
boring,
boring
at all.
Liquid green candy. That's what.
So if you guys are jealous right now, then go ahead and make this green smoothie. It's terrific.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bottoms up.